Have you ever put something in your mouth because you couldn't control your curiosity? Do you know this? Do you know this fish? It's fugu, or Japanese pufferfish. Japanese people love to eat it. Eating fugu is part of Japan's unique food culture. However, as you know, it's very dangerous. And you must take out the internal organs, which are extremely poisonous. So how do you process these poison? First, the extracted poisonous internal organs are first stored in a locked stainless steel container and then burned at a special facilities and then neutralized with caustic soda. And then finally, it ends up being buried underground. All this trouble just to eat fugu makes you want to eat it even more, right? In Japan, there are many strange episodes regarding the poison in fugu. In the past, famous sumo wrestlers and also famous kabuki actors have died from the poison in fugu. When I hear someone had died from the poison in the fugu, even though I know it's inappropriate to think it, I can't help but think that that person must have been a cool person. When I think that that person couldn't control their curiosity and desire, and they were willing to put their life on the line to try eating it, I think such a strong desire is attractive, and I can't help but thinking I would love to meet such a person. Today, I would like to talk about curiosity. After humans started the activity of eating on this earth, how many people do you think lost their lives due to eating poisonous things? We eat to live. But we also want to try tasting new and unknown things. What kind of foods would attract us so much that we'd want to eat them so? What about this? It's sort of bumpy, and it's grotesque, and it's slimy, and it looks like it came from outer space. If you were a hungry caveman and you found it for the first time on the beach, what would you do? Do you want to try to eat it? First, you might smell it, and then you'd probably very hesitantly maybe reach out and touch it. Anyone know what this is? It's the same thing. Japanese love this. It's called namako, or sea cucumber. Japanese people love to eat it raw while it's still fresh. It's very delicious. The first person who decided to put this in his mouth, what kind of person was he? They probably really had to concentrate with their entire body and use all of their senses when they first tasted it. All around the world, there are many types of grotesque, or strong-smelling food ingredients. But I imagine our ancestors who first tried eating them were either facing a life or death situation, or they were full of curiosity. I think that because people have this curiosity, that we have our modern food culture and civilization has evolved. I live in Tokyo, where you can taste foods from around the world. And Tokyo is known as a world-class gourmet city. But even so, when you go to another country or you go to a place for the first time, you have an opportunity to taste things that you've never seen or tried before. And you often have a strong, uncontrollable desire to taste something new. For me, I'm very interested in curiosity, which is one of the most sophisticated of our instinctual desires. This is why I do the food creation activities. This is one of my works. Anyone want to try it? What kind of flavor does it have? Let's imagine. First, the smell when you bring your nose close to it. And then you feel it, how it feels to your touch. And then how it feels on your tongue when you put it in your mouth. The temperature, the humidity, the flavor when you bite into it. And then the smell that escapes from your nose when you swallow it. And then the first taste that it has, and then the aftertaste. Can you imagine it? This is what I call a lingering taste of regret with overtones of anger welling up. From several years ago, all around the world, I do a full-course Guerilla restaurant performance where the full range of human emotions are expressed in the food. As the name suggests, the restaurant suddenly appears somewhere, and then, after a few days, it disappears again. I want to have people experience my new concept of eating. So I do this project around the world in many different situations. For example, in Berlin, I set up shop in the loft of a former money minting office that was built over 100 years ago. And in Singapore, I've had a restaurant in the building under construction which had a view of the vibrant city below. Also have done this performance in the underground passage of a busy train station and also in exhibition rooms of modern art museums. What I would like to introduce to you is what I said, the sensual foods and emotional tastes. Joy, happiness, surprise. Not just positive emotions like these, but there's also negative emotions like sad and anger. All of it's on the menu. The emotions all expressed in our foods. This is not, you're not eating because you want to eat something which tastes good. Also, when you put it in your mouth, suddenly you won't become angry or emotional. I just want you to taste the emotions. Every day, we eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. We do it for nutritional reasons, as an energy source, or maybe for health reasons or for gourmet reasons. But hopefully by experiencing the tasting of emotions, that this can help to switch ourselves, to free ourselves from the stereotypes, understanding, and senses we normally have on food. For example, this. A taste of happiness, followed by the surges of heart-rending sorrow. A fun flavor with the spice of surprise and the taste of unconcealable happiness. Please imagine, what do you think it tastes like? A taste of guilt. A taste of anxiety slowly blended with terror. A taste of disappointment. A taste of shame and joy that slowly turns to pleasure. A taste of satisfaction. In the Guerilla restaurant, in order for you to have all your senses be fully utilized, you aren't allowed to use a knife or fork, but I have you directly pick it up and eat it with your hands. Also, I suggest you close your eyes when you eat it to sharpen your senses. Taste is a special privilege reserved only for humans. But in such a modern day urban living, you can pay for safe and delicious foods. But in such a situation, how much of an opportunity do we really have to sharpen our senses and truly taste things like our ancestors did? At these Guerilla restaurants, we are freed from the idea of whether food tastes good, bad, sweet, sour, good for your skin, makes you full or not. We're freed from these standard nutritional and gourmet food standards. And you're able to use your five senses. And we're able to wake up sleeping senses, desires, curiosity inside of us. To eat is to live. To taste is to evolve. Our ancestors discovered new tastes due to their curiosity, and they were able to evolve. In this modern age, we are able to use our sleeping curiosity and instinctive desires to fulfill our potential and evolve even more. Today, I brought one to share with you. Who wants to try it? Any volunteers? Raise your hand. Okay, right there, the person in the black jacket. Come on up. This is one of my works. A taste of anger which swells up in a second. So when I say yes, open up your mouth. Are you ready? You ready? Are you ready for a taste of anger which swells up in a second? Okay? Thank you. As we can see by all the people that raised their hands, I believe that people that are filled with curiosity, they're able to continue to evolve and discover new values. So please, someday, if you receive an invitation to a Guerilla restaurant of mine, I hope you trust your curiosity, and I hope you come to my store. I look forward to seeing all of you. Thank you.